Hello everybody, Epic Mewtwo here. Today we are back with another figure video, but a very different kind of figure video, and one I have actually been meaning to make for a fat minute now. This is not a figure news video or a figure unboxing, but as you can see by the title of the video, I basically wanted to talk about the reason why I never put Tokyo Otaku mode as a recommendation of a place to buy figures in the description. If you guys are not aware, on my channel, sorry, gotta stay hydrated, whenever I post a new figure unboxing, right, I always post a link to the figure in the description below, so if you wanted to go ahead and get it or something like that, you could, right? Basically a link that, there you go, thank you, Gene. If you're about purchasing the figure, right, then you can do so, right? If we take a look at the last figure video I posted, we can see right here, right, there are some places to pick up the figure. But whenever I put a link to something like this in one of my figure videos, I never actually put the link to Tokyo Otaku mode. And the reason why this is such a big deal is because in literally every video, except for like a handful, like 9 times out of 10, I always say, oh, I got this figure from Tokyo Otaku mode. And I've even done some haul videos before. I'm like, oh, I got a bunch of this stuff from Tokyo Otaku mode, some of which have been accidentally lost to me accidentally deleting them, but beside the point, right? But I never actually put them in the description of the video, and I wanted to explain why that was. And I know nobody has really been asking this question. In fact, I've never gotten this question before, and I don't know if anybody has actually noticed it, but it's been kind of eating away at my subconscious for a while now, and so I've wanted to do something about it, just because I thought it would make an interesting talking piece and kind of just giving you an insight into me buying figures. I might do a more extensive video in the future about where to buy figures. I suppose this is kind of a little bit of a taste of a dipping your toes in the water, so to speak, but let's get into it here. So I'll give you the couple of reasons as we go on here with you. We're in the incognito mode today, so then that way don't accidentally show you my address on Amazon. It's basically why we're doing this, right? So if we search up Dragon Ball on Tokyo Otaku mode, also then we don't get cookies and we get more authentic results. Basically, right, you get all your Dragon Ball figures, new stuff that Tokyo Otaku mode has, whatever, you know, it may be, right? Obviously, mini figures, regular figures, SH figure arts, whatever they got in stock, right, that you are able to buy, they have it here, right? Now, these prices seem really good, and they are. A normal price figure, right, is around 20 bucks, right? You have 20 bucks for each of these, 20 bucks for each of these, 20 bucks for each of these, so on and so forth, right? They have SH figure arts for sale, 60 bucks for that Jiren. Doesn't sound like a bad price to me, to be honest. SH figure arts can be a little bit of pricey. We have Kuji figures that are usually around 34 bucks, right? Stuff like that, right? Everything seems to be normal here. Now, here is the biggest issue with Tokyo Otaku mode, okay? And there's a couple of other issues that we will kind of go over here in a second, but this is the biggest one I want to highlight. So let's just say, for example, right, we're going to open these here because you'll see in a minute, but we're basically going to use these as a way to just kind of boost up the price for something I'm going to show you in a second. So we take a look, right? Let's say we just want to buy this Super Saiyan Blue Goku figure, right? It's an alright Super Saiyan Blue Goku figure. If you want the figure, you know you want it for your collection, right? So before we even get into the whole Tom Premium shenanigans, right? Which is, by the way, what the site default selects for you. What if you just want to buy the figure at normal price, $21, and you only want to purchase one figure? Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and add that to the cart real quick. Now, if we look at this, right? We can see that $21 points to be earned, right? This is potentially if you, join their service or whatever, and you have to sign up to be able to check out, right? Now, here's what I want to turn your attention to, right? Free standard shipping on orders over $150. Let that sink in for a minute. 150 bucks. Now, is this a bad thing? Yes and no. If we were to sign up here, which I'm not going to go through because I already have an account and we're not going to try and make one, and we're not going to have Google fill in my results and then me accidentally expose my information here. But shipping for a figure like this is usually around 10 bucks. So you're looking at 30 bucks for a figure like this, which granted, for a normal prize figure here in the States, 30 bucks isn't awful, but 20 bucks is what you want to aim around. And especially if you're going to start collecting, 20 bucks is what you want to aim for, because if you start picking up figures for 30 bucks, right? That's a lot more money that you could be saving and or spending on other figures, especially if you think about it this way, right? If you buy two figures, they're both 30 bucks. That's an extra 20 bucks you could have saved, and that's a whole extra figure that you could have saved money and bought, right? Now, I know that I say that this also isn't a bad thing. If you're a hardcore collector like me, right? This is a pretty optimal way to go about it. Now, I know you're thinking, well, oh, you could just go on another site and get free shipping and buy a bunch of the figures there. And you're right, but we'll get to why that's kind of nullified in a second. But if you're buying a lot of figures like me in bulk, right, and you're not necessarily buying one at a time slowly, then this isn't necessarily a bad thing, right? Now, for someone who's just getting into collecting, isn't as dedicated in, or who just wants a cool figure of their favorite Dragon Ball character, this is a terrible way to do it. You're overpaying for the figure, and not only that, you feel kind of like you could be getting a bigger deal, and we'll lead this into the whole Tom Premium thing. Now, Tom Premium is essentially Tokyo Otaku Mode. That's what it stands for, Tom, Tokyo Otaku Mode. It's their premium service. Now, definitely on the surface, right, if we go back to the page with Goku and Bardock here, this kind of feels like a scam, and I'm not gonna lie. I feel like, because I love this website, right, it sounds like I'm dogging on them, but y'all should know from my figure unboxings, if you watch them consistently, I buy pretty much every single one of my figures at Tokyo Otaku Mode. Like, the entire shelf behind me, I would definitely say that, like, most of the figures on every one of those shelves bear the figures that they literally don't sell come from Tokyo Otaku Mode, right? I love this website. But when you come on here as a normal, like, patron, I guess, just looking to buy a single figure, this doesn't look good. It's like Tom Premium, you could get this for 10 bucks? What? That's crazy. And then the regular price being 20, right? Now, even that is a little bit deceiving, because that's the welcome price, right? I don't even get this price. Basically, right, you get a bigger discount when you first join, okay? Is basically what this is. So later on down the line it changes, and I'll explain that in a second. So the Tom Premium thing, right? It looks like a scam initially. It's not. I really wish that they portrayed it in a different way, because honestly, in my personal opinion, if you are a hardcore collector like me, it is worth it to invest. Basically, there's a couple different payment plans that you can do. You can pay a couple bucks a month, I believe. I think you can pay yearly. Or what you can do is you can pay 3 times a year, and you can pay something like $16, which is the one that I do. I'm not a big fan of dumping a lump sum out for a payment plan, though I guess that's kind of ironic considering the conversation we're having about the $150 worth of figures that you're purchasing here. But when I sign up for a program where I need to pay for it consistently, I kind of like to do it in increments. So that's the one that I pay for, right? That's the premium plan that I have. Basically what that allows me to get now is points back, right? You can see that it says 20% cash back. Now, whether that 20% is accurate for my current plan, and if that's only so high because of the welcome thing, is a little bit different of a conversation, because it's usually not that high. You usually get like a couple bucks back. But right, for a new member, if you are signing up for it, it's a great deal, right? Getting the figure for literally half price and getting some money back is a really good deal, especially $4, right? In this case, that's almost like half the figure, right? Of course, they're calculating this from the normal price, not the welcome price. So in the long run, it is a really good investment, because if you're buying figures consistently like me, you make that money back in the Tom premium points, right? Which is what this is. You make the money back that you're putting into paying for the premium program, right? That like 16-ish bucks a month, or sorry, 3 times a year that I put in, I make well back in the money that I get back on the website. Because then what I can do, right, is I'll make another order for $150 worth of figures, right? And then after that, I can just use the currency that I have because I have the Tom Premium account and get extra figures, right, that I wouldn't even normally like be able to afford, right? They're literally free, well, quote unquote free. You're spending money to get money for the website, right? But if you buy enough figures, right, it well equals out. And I have, in the time that I've had Tom, I can safely say that I have definitely gotten my money's worth out of the premium program, because I've been able to take advantage of the money back, right, and use that into, of course, more figures, because, you know, the money is to spend on the website, right? And you can get some more stuff than you would normally get. But that's basically the reason why I don't recommend anyone using this normally, right? Is because if you're looking to just buy this figure, right? We're not even talking prize figures, right? In the case now, we're looking at the Final Battle Jiren here, right? Normally $60. I can't even tell you how much an SH Figuarts shipping cost is here. I don't know if it's a little bit more than the prize figures or not, but regardless, assuming it's that minimum of $10, that's already $70, right? Compared to especially this welcome price of $47. Or if you're like me and you're still paying that hefty sum, at least you're getting some money back with the premium program, right? And sometimes, of course, as you can see at the top, right, 7 days only, 20% Tom points, right? I believe that answers my question that this is not the welcome thing. Occasionally, Tokyo Otaku Mode will do a thing where they have a special promotion where you'll earn more Tom points for doing, for purchasing things in the time frame that you give you, like it says at the top right there, 7 days only, and you get more points back than you normally would, right? There's a normal set standard, but then occasionally they have events, I guess you could call it, right? So I guess the point that I'm trying to get at with all of this is that for someone who's just buying a few figures or a one-off figure, Tokyo Otaku Mode unfortunately is not the place to do it, just because of the way that their website is formatted and the way that, you know, they want you to sign up for the premium program, because of course then in the long run that makes them more money, right? Even though they're giving you money back, right? They're getting your money from the premium program, not to mention all the figures you're buying. And that's the other thing too that I will say that does kind of stink about the premium program, is you don't even get free shipping unless you still do the 150. Like with the premium program, there's no thing that's like, oh yeah, you know, you only have to get 100 or like 90 or something like that to get free shipping. No, you're still at that 150 benchmark like everybody else. So if you want figures a little bit cheaper and you're just buying a couple, Tokyo Otaku Mode is not the place to be. But if you're trying to buy in bulk, or you're a collector where you're collecting a lot of things that are coming out at once, right? Like, if I'm trying to pick up, like, Jiren, Bardock, Gogeta, Goku and Gohan, Trunks, Goku, Gogeta, Gohan, right? And all these figures, it's well worth it with the money back. Now, that being said, I would feel bad kind of ending on that conclusion and not giving you some other places to buy figures. That is the nice thing about the world that we live in, is that competition is a good thing, and there are other places where you can pick up some figures. We are going to be taking a look at 3 examples of what I would consider, I guess, premium figure buyers. Also, shout out to the ambulance. I hope you all right, homie. But we have Amazon as a first example here, right? Amazon usually has figures around a good price. You kind of have to just know what you're looking for, right? If it's a usual prize figure, right, $20 is around the amount you want to be paying, right? And if it's a Kuji figure, 35 is around the amount you want to be paying. Like 40, not that good for this. 30, not that good for this. But 17 for that, that's really good. 22 for that, that's really good. Now, the thing you have to note about Amazon, right, is the reason why, where's our boy at? This guy is so expensive, right? And even if there's 2 listings here, is because sometimes things aren't shipped and sold by Amazon, right? This is sold by a different seller, right? That's why it's so expensive, because they're marking up the price. If we take a look, where are we? Here, right? This is an Amazon choice. It shows that it is shipped by Amazon, right? And it is also, I believe it says somewhere on here that my brain is escaping me. But basically, right, you're buying this figure from Amazon, right? So, obviously, in that regard, right, they're going to price it a little bit closer to what it should be, rather than, I guess you would call a scalper price. Now, the only unfortunate thing with Amazon, and of course, this is well not near the benchmark that Tokyo Otaku mode has for free shipping. But if you're talking items that are bought, or I keep saying bought and sold by Amazon, right? They do have a $25 minimum for free shipping. So if you're buying 2 figures, right? Definitely a great place to just hop on and buy a couple if you're really looking for it. Because obviously, if you're buying 2, you're going to be over 25. Or if you want to get another little knickknack or a minifigure or something like that. Or if you just need something else from Amazon, definitely not bad. I don't think the shipping is too much anyway, but honestly, at that point, I would just say get something else to raise the price. I know that's kind of how they bait you anyway. And I suppose you could say the same for Tokyo Otaku mode, but basically, I would recommend that, because even then, still the shipping isn't kind of worth it. But sometimes you can get lucky with some stuff. Like, this isn't sold by Amazon, right? But the price is $22 and it is free shipping, right? So you don't have to worry about the $25 benchmark if you're trying to pick this figure up. And for only 2 extra smackaroonies, I suppose you could consider that shipping, and bada boom, you're good. Because this is sold by a different seller on Amazon, but definitely not a bad price. And it is pretty rare as well to find fakes on Amazon as well, if you're kind of worried about that. Like, everything here is legit on this front page, right? Obviously, except for this. Everything up, though, is legit, right? Obviously, you should be able to tell that, I mean, Son Goku Vegeta, and it's Goku with rosé hair, right? But if you just search Bam Presto, right, you're pretty much good to go when it comes to figures. There is even a official, if we click on Goku here, right, we should be able to click Bam Presto, and then it actually shows you all of the figures by them. Of course, there's more here than just Dragon Ball, because they do more than Dragon Ball. But this is a very good place to look for figures. Now, sometimes you might not be able to find the exact figure that you're looking for. Sometimes you can find it for a good price, like this. This is a fantastic price for these figures. And sometimes you find them for a little bit more expensive. Like, even here, right? Definitely not a good price for those figures. Even here, definitely not a good price. Just know what you're looking for on Amazon. That's a tip for that. There is other sites you can go to, though. Again, the shipping is a little bit wacky on these, though. You can go to a site like US Gundam Store. I do link them a lot in the descriptions of my unboxing videos. They have pretty good prices on everything here. This is around what I would pay for all these figures. Some are a little bit high, some are a little bit low. But for the majority, I just you know, searched in Ultra Instinct for this example. For the majority, right, these are pretty good prices, and I bought stuff from them before, and they're usually pretty good about it. Again, their shipping kind of depends. Sometimes they have free shipping. They always calculate it at checkout, which is the only kind of unfortunate thing about it, because then you can't just see it right from the get-go. But definitely not a bad price to kind of look for figures like this. I would recommend them as well. E-Night Media is another place that I have bought figures from. Usually their shipping is free. I don't know why they don't say that on their page, because whenever I've ordered from them, it's usually free shipping. But if there is shipping, it's usually calculated at checkout. But again, they are another good site to buy from, even if you're just buying a couple figures. Obviously, just like here, you can see, right, some of them are a little bit low, some of them are a little bit high. Again, you just kind of need to do some searching. The end all be all thing that I could tell you, if all else fails, eBay is your friend. You can always find some good eBay listings for figures, whether they're out of box. The only thing you have to be extremely careful with eBay about is fakes, right? Fakes run rampant on eBay. And the nice thing about these websites, especially the ones that I'm recommending to you here, Tokyo Otaku Mode, Amazon, US Gundam Store, and E-Night Media, all sell official figures without a doubt. Especially on Amazon, obviously we did see that one fake figure, but if you're buying it from Amazon, then 100% guarantee it is authentic, and all these websites guarantee that their figures are authentic. Just keep an eye out if you are looking on eBay. I definitely recommend looking there, because sometimes you can cop some great deals, which is fantastic. But always look for that Toei Animation sticker on the top of the box. And of course, if the figure has a funny face, 9 times out of 10, it is not legit. But that is going to end off this video. I know this was kind of like a rant / information video, but I just wanted to kind of explain my stance on this, because in every single video, like I said in the beginning, I always promo Tokyo Otaku Mode, not sponsored by the way. If you would like me to, though, I'd be so down. But again, if you are buying just a couple figures from them, I wouldn't recommend it, just because of how their system works, right? But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if you would like me to make more of a figure buying guide video, because I would 100% be down to do that. This is, again, just kind of scratching the iceberg and giving a little bit of an explanation to something that's been on my mind for a while. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, because I would appreciate that. And I'll catch you in the next one. Love you two out. Peace.